Okay, good evening, everybody. My name is Craig Blanchett, and I am a optimal health coach, and it's my honor really to go through this Habits of Health lesson. Tonight, we're going through Dr. A's Habits of Health. This is a series we've been going for 20 weeks now, and we are started at chapter 26, and we're working our way backwards to chapter 1. And so tonight we're on chapter 6, and it's your blueprint for safe, rapid weight loss. And so tonight we have two guests that are with us that are going to help manage the help with the content. And so I'm going to introduce them here. We've got Eileen Butler. Let's see, where's Eileen? Yep, there she is. So I unmuted you, Eileen. Say hello to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
How long have you been coaching, Eileen?
Less than a month.
Less than a month, okay. And then a little bit about your personal journey. Like what are some successes that you've experienced on this program?
Oh, successes. I have lost about 6 dress sizes. I've lost almost 30 pounds.
Wow.
And I'm still on my journey. I still, we talked about it last week, a little plateau there. That's what I keep running into. But I know what it is, and I need to get even more serious. Otherwise, I will be on the 5 and 1 for another 10 years. So I'm interested in that.
Yeah, it's like going to Disneyland and you're walking there. It's like there's planes. Let's take a plane. 5 and 1 is like a plane. The point
view is so nice. The view is so nice.
It is nice, yeah. But when you get there, then you can start having those memories. So we want to get you to the healthy weight, and then we can spend the rest of your life maintaining that and working on the next, the next saga. So great, Eileen. Good to have you here. And then we also have Parrish Strong. So Parrish, how long have you been health coaching now?
A little over a month for me.
A little over a month. Great. And then tell us, give us an update on something that you've experienced or a highlight.
Well, I started the program April 4th, so just over 2 months, and I've lost 25 pounds. And so that's exciting to me. And I've had a couple cheat days during that, so I'm excited. I have to be careful too and keep my eye on the prize and keep going after it. But I'm feeling a lot better. And
do you notice that, like, going to social events, that you have more resources and more tools now that you can deploy than you've had before?
Yeah, and I still need to work on it. But I'm for the most part doing really well. My son had his high school graduation party yesterday or the day before, and I bought $100 cake, my sister and I. It was a combo, and so that was hard because I was like, it was expensive cake. But so I didn't do well there, but most of the time, it's just so easy and portable, and so it just I was at the lake the other day with my sister, and she was getting hungry and wanted to order a sandwich, and I pulled out one of my bars, and it was just easy, and brought my water with me, and so most days I'm doing it.
When it's this easy to take care of ourselves, we find that we do. Right? Good job, Parrish. Way to go. Yep. So I want to kind of let you guys, if you guys got your books out, I know Eileen is going to cover like the first half of the chapter and kind of walk us through our some highlights that she had. And really just want to have this be a group discussion, a little dog pile. And then about 10 till, we have a little quiz that we'll go through as well. But so I'm going to toss it to Eileen, and some of the things that stood out to you that can be topics for discussion for the rest of us. So welcome, Eileen.
Thank you. Okay, I'll highlight a couple of the things that kind of jumped out at me. I highlighted this. No matter how much we abuse our bodies, if we stop the assault of unhealthy habits and put ourselves back into position to function as we are designed, we can tap into the body's inherent capacity to heal itself. And what's the best tool we have for doing that? The food we eat. So I kind of learned from that, in that, we are, as Americans or just people, thinking that we need medicine to get over our illnesses, our diabetic state, and health. When we have health issues, we go to medication.
Yeah.
And to me, that really stood out to say that food can heal me.
Mm-hmm.
Spoke to me.
Yeah, that's great. Anybody else?
We
toss it out.
The weight loss and achieve optimal health. So that's a permanent way of living. And that kind of also spoke out to me. Yeah, we all want to lose weight, but really deep inside, what we want to do is be healthy. I mean, how can we be healthy? We don't just abracadabra, we're there. We have to make wise choices in what we eat.
Awesome. Great. Anybody want to dovetail or comment on those two, or something else from the first half of the chapter?
I had some things in the first half of the chapter.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Let's see here. On page 62, it talked about two groups that ate the same food and same calories. It was a research study they did. So one group ate 3 times a day, and the other group ate more often, consuming lots of little meals. And of course, the group that ate more often was, of course, less hungry, which makes sense to me. But then they also lost more weight. And I'm a science girl, and so when I see research things like that, that is big to me, and that just proves that we need to be eating more often, and that really is going to work because we've shown it. So that stood out to me.
Yeah. Debbie, you had something. Go for it.
Unmute myself. I was just thinking about what Eileen said about we are what we eat, kind of. And I have some friends that have, just to put it nicely, digestive issues. And I really but you see what they're eating and you wonder why, how they don't make the connection together on their health. What they're eating and putting in their body is directly affecting how their body is processing it and how they feel afterwards, or even a couple hours later. And also I've heard about, like, with ADD, that you can actually, like, a friend of mine is going to actually try changing her son's diet versus going on to like something like Ritalin and stuff. It just, it really can make a huge difference.
Yeah, it's interesting you say people had a lot of issues with digestive stuff, and then you see what they're eating, and really, it's like so blaringly obvious because you have new lenses you're experiencing the world through. You have optimal health classes on, right? And it's like, and they're like, yeah, I don't know why. It's something out of my control. You're like, no, it's not. It's actually fully in your control in many cases. That's great. Yeah. All right. Who else has something here?
Yeah. Craig, did you want me to cover some of the things that we may cover in our list?
Betcha. Yeah, why don't you cover a couple of those?
I might do a couple of those so it doesn't seem like trick questions.
So we're giving you some of the answers to the quiz now, just of what you're saying.
So, and learning, to eating regularly, like Parrish was just saying, that, there's a lot of benefits, and it prevents activating the alarms of starvation. It turns off fat storage, controls your blood sugar. It does a lot of things. There's a lot of good things. Another thing I learned is that in order to burn 1 pound of fat, you'd have to run a lot. you'd have to run 33.8 miles. That's a lot to just burn 1 pound.
I wonder how long it would take you to go that far. If you can run 33 miles an hour, you do it in 1 hour. Who here runs 33 miles an hour? Oh, nobody, not even me. Yeah.
So that kind of stood out for me.
Yeah. So it's probably like 4 hours a day. Sometimes do you realize that on the 5 and 1, it's not uncommon to lose a pound a day. And so it's 4 to 5 hours of walking to do that, or the 5 and 1. I don't know, but one of those sounds way easier to me. And see, here's the consequences of walking for 4 hours that you may not realize on the front end is when you get done with that walk, you're going to be hungry, really hungry. And so you're going to undo some of the walking that you did because you're so hungry, because your body, that's how it responds. And so that's why it really seems like a magical recipe, how the 5 and 1 really is so brilliant. Sometimes we fail to realize all of the science and the simplicity, and you just bake all of it together, and you should have this overwhelming confidence that nothing comes close to this when you take it all into consideration. Such a powerful tool. Great thoughts. You have anything more, Eileen?
Well, also it hit me the little the charts on 61, comparing it to page 65. That really spoke to me too, on how the first one is on the disease path, where, you just think, oh, wow, it's no big deal. We say it every day to other people, or other people say it to us. Oh, you're really hungry. Eat this candy bar, eat this. And just to see what happens to your body when it spikes and it goes way up and then it comes way down, versus the one on 65 where we eat those replacement meals every 2 to 3 hours, and we're just keeping kind of a lull. I mean, there's no spiking. It's
yeah. Well, and the biggest thing is the red dotted line. Keeping your insulin around the baseline, a little bit above, a little bit below, keeps it the amount of insulin in your bloodstream is very low. Insulin ends up taking and overproducing it and converting calories into fat. And so the one up above, the calories that you're eating, a lot of those are being stored as fat, because see where the red dotted line is? It's way above baseline all day long. And that's the secret to why carbohydrates really are, they're like plutonium. They're super, super, super powerful in our bodies. And they really do. Like a half a muffin, half a Costco muffin it's like, oh, it's just a half a cup of plutonium. That doesn't hurt anybody. Well, no, a half a muffin can do drastic things to your blood sugar, and your body's probably going to survive, but it's not going to thrive. So, okay. So how about you, Parrish? Few minutes to cover some of the things you prepared for us, and then we'll get to the quiz.
Okay. On page 64 and 65, they talked about the two main components. Number one, master the amount of fuel that you take in, so portion size. And then the other thing is the quality of that fuel, which is low glycemic, healthy fats, and high quality proteins. And that was something I kind of stood out to me, because I was gestational diabetic with both pregnancies that I had, and I learned a lot about nutrition and the right low glycemic, foods to eat, but my portion sizes were way out of control. And so that hit home to me. That's really important.
It's not one or the other, it's both.
It's both.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Anybody else have some comments on that particular piece that stand out to you? You can raise your hand in the window, or you can just wave at me. Anna, did you have something on that? You did? Oh, let me see here. You're not tuned in over the audio, so click the screen and down on the bottom, it'll say join audio maybe. See if you can get that going, because right now the audio is not connected somehow. Yeah, I can't hear you. You might try going out and coming back in and seeing if that works. Oh, there you go. Now it worked. You did it. Whatever you did. Now we can hear you. Oh, and I thought we could. Let me try talking one more time. Okay, pull your headphones out and talk just through the phone. See if that works. Nope. Darn it. Well, wait, try it one more time. Nope, nothing. Do you know any hand sign language? No. That doesn't help. Darn it. Mom, maybe you can text her the phone number that she can just call in, because you've done that quite a bit. All right, so who else has something? We'll try to get Anna online. Martin, I unmuted you.
Oh, was I muted?
You were, but now you're not.
I was talking in my head. That's why.
Oh, got it.
I was seeing things. This is just kind of touching on what Eileen had talked about and Paris had talked about, and just breaking the 5-in-1 is not a weight loss program. It's a fat loss program, because we're actually losing a specific kind of thing that we're carrying around. It's not weight, it's fat that we're losing. And if we just look at it from a number standpoint, from the calories that we consume, on the 5-in-1, we're consuming about 1,000 calories. The average person uses 2,000 calories. So we're making up the other 1,000 calories by converting our fat to energy and burning it in ketones. Well, if we were to, as we talked earlier about the exercise component, people want to exercise. If I can just go exercise this off, it's going to be awesome. And when you talk about, I can run a marathon and burn not even a pound of fat. If I go to great sentence, I have a little calorie burning chart, and I think Lorraine could probably attest to this as a trainer. We go do an hour of heavy or of skipping rope or running or squash. We're going to burn 700 calories. So we're not even burning that added 1,000 calories that the 5-in-1 does for us. But to do that, it takes an hour and a half out of our day. So we have to go 30 minutes to get there, and probably a 60-minute program, 30 minutes to come back and shower. So it's an hour and a half or maybe 2 hours of burning 700 calories, where just eating 6 times a day, we're burning 1,000.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, how hard do you want to make this for yourself? Yeah, good stuff. All right, what else you got, Parrish?
Let's see, some things that might be on the quiz later. Some little tidbits on page 68, 69. To use smaller plates. If possible, pick the color blue in your kitchen, dining room, or plates. That helps decrease appetite. They talk about just getting rid of things in your fridge or kitchen that will tempt you. And my big takeaway was just kind of what Martin was saying. If you eat every 3 hours, low glycemic, eating will shut off excess insulin secretion, and it turns off the fat storage and decreases inflammation. I'm a dental hygienist, and I know inflammation will kill you. I know tons of research about that. It causes heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, arthritis, several autoimmune things. And so we really do want to reduce inflammation in every way that we can. And having a high insulin or blood sugar is increasing inflammation. So that was another thing that stood out to me. But yeah, it takes off the fat in the middle section was another thing that talked about in this chapter. And so, yeah, that stood out too.
Yeah, awesome. All right, well, we are coming to that nice time. Dr. A at the end here, he talks about the teachable moment. He says, now that we've described your weight loss strategy, I encourage you to jump right in. In the next week or so, you'll start losing weight. This is when you start the 5-in-1. You'll see a substantial improvement in your physical and mental health. You'll just start having a clearer mind. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Day 5, day 6, day 7. It's like, woof, great stuff. Bless you, Kim. You'll feel better, have more energy, sleep better, and quite likely begin to reduce or eliminate the medications you're currently taking. Soon you'll notice an improvement in your thinking, your memory, and your desire to learn more. It's the period I call the teachable moment, and it's the best building block I found for long-term success. It's the moments when the habits of health truly begin to start to take root. And then you start to add on those things. Like, I don't want this to stop. And again,
he's bored. You're not playing with him.
Anna, it's working.
My son's not playing with his friend.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So now that we have a second and we got your audio working, go ahead and do you remember what you were going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say, before I started this program, I was working out about 30 minutes a day, staying within like 1,300 calories, and I was losing weight, but it wasn't going as fast as I would like to have had. And I think it was because I was not eating the right foods. You know, I was still having pizza, a piece of pizza, not 3 of them. But, you know, I was staying within the calories, but I was eating the wrong foods. And it's so important to eat the right foods.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. And then there's the water. I mean, there's a lot of moving pieces here. And so working with a health coach and, connecting to these huddles and working through the habits of health, it's hard to put it all, you can't put it all together in a month. This is going to take years of working on it little by little by little. And then, after you've been in it 2 years, sometimes you forgot some of those things that you learned at the beginning. So it's a renewing, relearning, constant practice. And if we practice healthy, we become healthy. And that's the awesome part here. So, all right, well, now comes that fun part of the evening where we're going to do the Kahoot, right? So if you've got a smartphone, you want to grab it. You can do this also from your you can do it from your computer. If you can do 2 screens side by side, you're going to need to see the Zoom screen so that you can see the questions. But go to Kahoot, Kahoot, Kahoot.it, and then enter the game pin 119760. You can see it right at the top of my screen, and we'll get all of you guys in.
Parrish and I can't do this, right?
Well, you would win, wouldn't you? I bet you would get the first 6 right for sure.
I would hope so.
Yeah. Since you created the questions. Yeah, that's the downside to having lots of guests, is you end up two more people can't play. So if you've got an iPad, you can play on your iPad and you can see the questions. In the future, if you can tune in from your computer and then use your iPhone or your smart device as the remote control, that kind of works well too. So, Lorraine, you playing? Yep, Lorraine. There you are. Debbie's in. Kim's in. The reigning champion. Kathy's in. Martin, you playing? Come on, Martin. Where are you? You got this. Kathy's in. Stephanie, yep. You're not playing, Martin? Hey, Martin, you playing or not? Yes, he is. I don't see him. Come on. We got 4 minutes. 3, 2. The king. Nice. Okay, so when I hit start here, the question will come up in the middle of the screen, and then after about 5 seconds, it moves to the top, and it gives you your optional answers. So I'll read it off for you, and then you'll select the answer. You guys ready? Here we go. 13 questions, Chapter 6. Eating small, low glycemic index meals is a great way to turn on insulin. True or false? So that was a little bit of a trick question. It's a good way to turn off insulin. Low glycemic meals make your body secrete less insulin, so it turns off your insulin pump, which is your pancreas. So we tricked a couple of you. All right. What are the main components for weight loss and long-term health? Is it A, the ability to master the amount of fuel you take in? B, the ability to avoid carbohydrates and fat in your foods? Is it C, the quality of the fuel you take in? Or is it both A and C? It is both A and C. Yep. So technically the person that answered 1 is correct. That was half of the answer. So good job, you guys. Debbie jumps out to a commanding lead. Nicely done. Eating regularly prevents activating the alarms of starvation, turns off fat storage, controls blood sugar, or all of the above. And that is all of the above, and everyone got that right. Nicely done. Debbie is still in the lead, but just by a few points. Less than 25, less than 30. In order to burn 1 pound of fat, you would have to run 29.3, 33.8, 15.9, or none of the above. It's good music, huh, Parrish? Makes you want to dance, huh?
You got me.
Yeah. Yes, it's 33.8 miles to burn 1 pound, which is 3,500 calories, 3,500 calories. All right, so look at that, first and second. Look at that, 3407.
She's gonna come back. I know it.
She always does.
I know.
You gotta have fast fingers. Our goal in phase 1 is to get you to a healthy weight and a body mass index of 31, 25.5, 24.9, or none of the above. 24.9. Ooh, okay, that was a tougher one. She did it. Can you believe her? The king has moved up. Lorraine's in third. All right. You should ideally eat breakfast within blank hours of waking up. 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, or 20 minutes. Ooh, fast fingers on that one. Ideally, it's 30, but you can stretch it to 60. So now Debbie's moved back up. Nicely done. Medically formulated low-cal meal replacements are easy, convenient, and can help you lose pounds. True or false? That is true. And now Kim has extended her lead by 1,000. Fast finger Kim. Eating healthier and exercising will get you to your healthy weight. True or false? This was in the reading. All of this was. False. I mean, from the reading, it says it won't. Technically, although who cares about technically if it doesn't actually work practically? All right. Debbie has pulled. Whoa, look at them apples. Look at that. First, second, and third. Awesome. We got to run. We got to race, folks. We got to race.
Kind of barn burner.
Yeah, barn burner. When the body produces less insulin, it's less likely to convert dietary calories into body fat. True or false? Less insulin means less fat storage. I'll see to put my hat on for that one. That is true. Still close. Healthy foods are made up of which of the following? Low glycemic carbs, moderate fats and protein. High carbs, healthy fats and protein. Low glycemic carbs, no fat and healthy quality protein. Or low GI carbs, healthy fats and protein. And D was the answer, and everybody nailed it. Nicely done. All right. The recipe for weight loss success from Dr. A is to eat lower calorie, nutrient dense foods. True or false? That is true. The recipe for weight loss success from Dr. A is to eat lower calorie, nutrient dense foods. All right. We got a 1,000-point lead. Kim surged hard on that one. What color plates have been proven to decrease appetite? Is it red, yellow, blue, or Tuesday? Yeah, I came up with that answer.
Decrease.
What color plates have been proven to decrease appetite? Red, yellow, blue, or Tuesday? Look at that. Red was on red. I should have had yellow be on yellow. That would have been, blue would have been on blue.
Yeah.
How fun is that? Okay. So 3 of you got it right, and 3 of you didn't. Hope somebody chose Tuesday. Are you kidding me? You're silly. Oh, boy. Okay, last question. What items should you try and keep out of your kitchen? Eggs, cheese, walnuts, or high-fiber bread? This is from the chapter. What items should you try to keep out of your kitchen? Cheese. That's what Dr. A says. So some of you have issues with walnuts. Some of you have issues with high-fiber bread. Eggs are actually the incredible edible eggs, so that is a good one. But cheese, I think the problem with cheese is it has lots of hidden calories, and some nuts are the same way. Cheese and nuts are 2 of those things that somehow we think are healthier than they actually are for us. So we have Kim, the reigning champion. Somebody's got to unseat her next week. So nicely done, everybody. Well played and great job. Great job to everybody that played. Hopefully that was fun. Next week, just so that you know, I will be at Wiltshire Sports Camp in Minnesota. So if you know anybody who lives close to Rochester, I'll be 10 minutes from Rochester. And we are going to be doing a healthy happy hour on the 17th, Friday the 17th. So if you know somebody who lives there and wants to come down, that'd be fun. And so next week I'm going to have Dean and Linda. It's the Dean and Linda show, and probably Kim will be there as well. But we're going to go over chapter 5, and so Dean's going to take you through that with a little help from Linda, maybe a few others. And so we'll still have the huddle, and we'll be going through chapter 5. So thank you, by the way, Eileen. I love working with professionals. Eileen and Parrish, you guys were awesome this week. You got me some great questions, had a great review. How about a big hand for our guest hosts, right? Yeah, nicely done. It is so much more fun to partner up with you guys. There's a little bit more work to organize it all, but it's so much more fun when you guys all join in. And by the way, you guys have been great each week tuning in and sharing and really being part of the conversation. I hope that this is sinking in a nice way, and it's a nice compliment to the other things you're already doing in your life. And we will look forward to seeing you again next week. And Dean will be our host with a few other helpers. So thanks, everybody.
Okay.
Good night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.